There are millions of books out there to help you know who you are and where you came from. Let me ask you a question. Why don't you know who you are and where you came from? They say that black people are the only people that don't know where they came from. But this is not true. So-called white people have trouble knowing where they came from because they know who the original people are. We should all know where we came from. We all came from one source. And that one source is not a color. Colors were given to us, but we are not colors. In all the books that you have read, have you yet figured out where you came from? No, because that information is not documented in a book. But the world always giving you a book. They are always giving you a God to serve. That God is the person that wrote the book. When you accept their book as true, you are accepting their God. The way to read books is to research the person that wrote the book. Get a picture of what they look like and then find out what their belief is. That would tell you a lot. If their picture does not look like the original people, their information was stolen from somewhere. Then you have to ask yourself, where was it stolen from? It was stolen from ancient history. But whose history? Not all ancient history is true history. Many have stolen history from the Babylonians. The Babylonians worshiped many gods like Marduk, Tiamat. These are false gods. The Babylonians have fallen, and so has their gods, but their children still try to keep them alive. You go to Babylon today, all you will find is ruin. They have fallen. Many steal history from the Israelites. King Solomon is the most noted king in Jerusalem. He built many temples. King Solomon initially worshiped Yahweh, but when he got involved with those strange women, they caused him to worship other gods. So Yahweh had to wash his hands of him. But Israel too has fallen. That temple that he built has fallen. They're over there crying at that temple today. Where is our Messiah that's supposed to help us rebuild this temple? They don't realize that they murdered him. Did y'all know that the Israelite people are half siblings to the Egyptian people? The Egyptian people are the first seeds of Abraham, and the Israelite people are the second. They grew up together. Imagine that. Recall the Israelites claiming that the Egyptian people held them captive. Did you know that Abraham had Egyptian slaves? He married one. That's where the Egyptians came from, through Hagar the Egyptian. They are all family. And when the Israelite people lived in Egypt, they were treated like royalty. This is why they kept wanting to go back to Egypt. They kept saying to Moses, "We miss Egypt. The food there was good. The fruits, the vegetable, the fish." The Israelites loved the Egyptian people. The Egyptian people are the most intelligent people on the planet. Yahweh is the source of their intelligence. They are given credit for languages, science, mathematics, and astrology. I know what you're thinking. You were told that the Egyptian people worshiped multiple gods, but no, they only worshiped Yahweh. And those pyramids prove who they worship. The pyramids of Giza. The Great Pyramid represents Yahweh. The next greatest one represents our Great Mother. The smallest pyramid, guess who that represents? Yeshua, the Son of Yahweh. Those pyramids represents the royal family that is raining down from heaven today. It is said that the cap on the Great Pyramid is missing and that it was made of limestone and covered in gold. This is how the Egyptian people identified Yahweh as the Most High. They gave that pyramid a crown. The colonizers took Yahweh's crown. Angels lived in Egypt. That's why you see them in their hieroglyphs. They helped them to build those pyramids. And they communicated with the Egyptian people often. Those people with the animal heads that they are telling you that the Egyptian people worship, those are not gods. This is how the Egyptian people identified themselves. In nature, they were connected to nature. They saw themselves in nature. Those people are not gods, but they are children of God. That kind of do make them a god. Egyptian history is the most stolen history of any nation. The stiff-necks claim to worship Yahweh, but they do not even call on his name. Yeshua, the Son of God, told us who the stiff-necks' father was. He said that their father was Satan the devil. So who are you going to believe? Yeshua, a man that was blameless, or some children that constantly worshiped other gods, murdered many of Yahweh's prophets? Keep in mind, they even murdered Yeshua. And what is the second characteristic of Satan the devil? The first one is that he is a liar. The second one is that he is a murderer. And his children do the same. Babylon and Israel has fallen. There's nothing interesting in those places today. But guess what's standing in Egypt? Everything that Yahweh's children built is still standing. You may be asking yourself, where are they? They are exactly where Yahweh said that they would be. Yahweh told Abraham that he would multiply his children like the stars in the sky. Where do you see the stars in the sky? They are everywhere. How do you know Yahweh's people are everywhere? Don't they find pyramids all over this planet? They've even found mummies, Egyptian artifacts, all over this planet. Can you say that about Babylon or Israel? No. We got the truth over here. And we didn't need no book to tell us that. All books are written by men. Our creators never wrote a book. They are spirits. And this is how they communicate with their children. They communicate in the spirit. Yahweh is writing his words in the hearts and minds of his people. They have never needed a book. And you know why Yahweh does this? So that you can put your trust in him instead of men. Men cannot be trusted. Allow yourself to be led by the Spirit of God. This is our teacher. So this is why you do not know who you are or where you came from. You have not connected to your creators. You got to go into the Spirit. That's the only way you will know who you are. And do be safe out there in Satan's world. You know he's roaming around out there, seeking to devour anyone reading a book.